The first question you're probably asking yourself is, how do I find myself? And that's the reason why you probably clicked on this video. And then the second question is, who are you to tell me how to find myself? Because you look like super young. Of course, I don't have all the answers. This is just what I've learned, which is why you don't have to believe me, but you should trust me. So, how do I find myself? The question, how do I find myself, also kind of tells me that you feel lost, or maybe you think you've lost yourself. First of all, I just want to inform you that you cannot lose the self. When you feel like you're losing yourself, you're basically experiencing a loss of the self that you identify as right now. We all carry this identity and we label ourselves. We put all these things on ourselves and we identify as all these little things that make us the person who we think we are. And when all of a sudden that person that you are doesn't resonate with you anymore, you feel like you are losing yourself or you've lost yourself. But again, you cannot lose the self. The self, the real self, the greatest and highest expression of who you are and who you can be is deep down within yourself. It's always been there and it's always gonna be there. The thing is just, how do we get there? And that's the thing. We live in a loud society. And by loud, I mean it's everywhere. You have access to the internet and technology like pretty much everywhere. And social media can get pretty overwhelming. I have to say I'm one of those people who it sometimes tends to overwhelm a bit, especially Instagram. I don't know, just getting on there sometimes can feel a little bit heavy and a little bit much, even though I'm not doing anything, I'm just scrolling through. So we have these influences all around us, all day, every day, and people telling us that this is good and this is good, and if you do this, that would really benefit you, and this and this and that. And it can just really get a lot. And when it's super loud around you and you live in that loudness, that society, and you're on Instagram and all these social media platforms all the time, don't expect to be able to hear yourself. You find yourself by spending time in solitude. You have to drown out all the noise and turn inside. That's the thing. And the reason why so many people don't find themselves is because, first of all, they're scared to turn inside and to spend time by themselves. But that really is the answer. All the answers and everything you need, you can find inside yourself. But to hear that, first of all, you have to listen, and then also becoming your real self, your highest expression of yourself, requires for your old self to basically die. You have to let go of everything that you're not to become everything that you are. And sometimes that means letting go of people, letting go of relationships, letting go of jobs, of hobbies, just all the things that don't make you happy. And that is a really scary process, because sometimes in this process you find yourself in between the old and the new. That's the void where you feel lost, because you don't identify with the old, but you don't really know like what the new looks like. It's not here yet. You have a sense of it, but it's not here yet. It takes a whole lot of courage to be yourself. And me personally, I committed to myself and to becoming my best self when I was just so sick and tired of everything that I was portraying to be, because it wasn't me. I was just part of society, playing my role, trying to fit in to, I guess, not be alone. But it drained me. It drained me. Everything that is not for you is draining you. It's gonna drain you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. You can work a job that pays you 5 figures, but if you're not happy, that money doesn't mean anything. And this translates into all kinds of areas of life. So again, if you really want to find yourself and you want to know what that looks like and what the greatest expression of you looks like, you have to go within. You have to drown everything else out. You have to spend some time in solitude. Because when everything is loud around you, how do you expect to hear yourself? It's the same thing. It's really, really funny when I'm in my car and I'm parking. I swear to God, I can park better when I turn the music down, because that's when I'm the most aware of my surroundings. And it's the same thing with yourself. If you want to find that spot, if you want to find you have to pay attention. You can't just be there like 50% and listen with like one ear. No, you have to listen with both. It's actually so simple, but really not easy, which is why not a lot of people do it and they settle for okay instead of absolutely amazing, because there's a whole ass treasure inside yourself waiting for you, but choice is yours. I just really wanted to let you know that it's there. It's within you. You are within yourself. You cannot lose yourself. If you feel like you're losing yourself, you're only losing the current version of yourself that you're supposed to move out of. Because when flowers grow, you don't keep them in the same pots. If they outgrow them, you have to plant them somewhere else. And it's the same with us. If you're outgrowing the current space that you're in, you have to replant yourself. Doesn't mean that you're broken, doesn't mean that you're not good enough, because sometimes some people think then those flowers, because all of a sudden they turn brown and you know, they're not doing really well, they're like sick and you have to throw them out, they're not gonna get better, you just have to plant them somewhere else. You have to plant them in a different environment. So you have to put yourself in a different headspace, first of all. And you find that within. Okay, I think I really got the point across. I just want to let you know that if you're on this path of self-realization and getting closer to yourself, the path of self-love, I just want to let you know that you're so brave and I'm rooting for you 110%. I know what it's like. I know it can feel lonely. It can feel really, really scary. Anxiety is like also a big part that plays in it, but I just want to let you know that everything that's happening is happening for your highest and greatest good. And the better you get, the more you're gonna love yourself and the more you're gonna feel comfortable in the uncomfortable. Trust the process, because this is supposed to lead you to something great. You just gotta believe that. Okay, so anyway, I hope that answers the question to how to find yourself. Well, I can't really give you, a step-by-step tutorial because different things work for different people, but I just wanted to let you know where you can find it within yourself. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.